In this video, we are going to talk the basics of an electric sander. Let's do this. I'm Jenny with Roots and Wings Furniture and Home, and today we are talking about the electric sander. This is a tool that I have used a whole lot in refinishing furniture, and so I know this pretty well. I'm happy to share with you the tips and tricks to get a nice finish. Be sure to have some safety equipment and use common sense as always when using any power tool. Always know where your fingers are, and be sure to have ear and eye protection handy. Also, with a sander, and especially depending on what you're sanding, a dust mask is a really good idea to protect you and keep your area safe. So let's jump in here to how the sander works. This is a quarter pad sander. I choose this over an orbital sander, and my reasoning for that is that I really like to buy a pack of sandpaper that comes in sheets of this size, and I just rip them down into quarter sheets, which is exactly what fits here. And then I also have this if I need to rip it into smaller pieces to use by hand. I didn't want to buy the round special sandpaper I needed for an orbital sander. Up to you. I think they work pretty much the same way. So here is the sander. The power switch to this one is right here on the top. So it's really easy to just click on and off with your fingers as you're using it. It has a little bit of weight to it, which you want. You want the sander to do the work and putting the weight on the piece as it's going back and forth. So when you're sanding, we're not really pushing down as much as just holding it in place and moving it back and forth. I feel like this one is pretty good in terms of vibration. I have never noticed it to hurt my hand, even after using it for a while. There is a dust collector at the back of the sander. It just twists on and off and collects the sawdust as you're sanding. Some of the sanders are better than others at collecting dust, and what I actually like to do is take this off completely and set it aside, and then I will hook up my shop vac to the nose attachment, and it fits right in here. With my shop vac on and running with the sander on, it collects all of the dust as it comes out. It keeps my garage workshop a lot cleaner and prevents there just being dust everywhere. So I use this whenever I can, hooked up to my shop vac. That's a really nice way to keep your area clean. Let's talk here, the front. There are clips. There is a clip that controls how the sandpaper hooks on the back, and then this clip here on the front. And the sandpaper just easily comes on and off like that. The holes in the bottom of the pad, this is where all the dust goes. So as it's suctioning, it will suction right up through those holes and into your shop vac or your dust collector, either way. So every sander comes with a little piece that looks like this. This is to poke holes in exactly those places of your sandpaper so that there is dust collection happening. So let me show you here. This is a full sheet of sandpaper. I really like 3M sandpaper. It holds up a lot better. It lasts a lot longer than the cheap stuff that you can find. And the back of this is a little bit tacky. I feel like it holds on really nicely and stays in place on my sander. So just to let you know, that's my favorite. I'll give you a link for it below in the description so you can see what sandpaper I use. Okay, so I've got a quarter sheet sandpaper. Here's what you do. I just hold it like this. I'm gonna flip this with my thumb and get the sandpaper in just like that. And you put the sandpaper all the way back to this little lip here. So we're tucking it in this way. Let go with your thumb and it will clip it there. Then we're gonna run it all along here. Keep it as tight to the pad as you can. Then use this clip here, and it clips it and tucks in right there. Sometimes these clips can fail. So this is often the failure that will happen on an electric pad sander. Mine just did after using it for about 2 years. consistently. I use it all the time, so I feel like it lasts a long time, but just be aware, don't bend this out the wrong direction. Kind of be aware of this clip. It's probably the weakest part of this whole contraption. And then you're gonna take your plastic pokey thing and line up your sander here in the corner. You're just gonna push down, and that creates holes in all of those places on the pad that allows the dust to suck through and be collected in the dust collector. So that's what that is for. Let me turn this on and hook it up, and I'll show you how it works. Always make sure you are moving in the direction of the grain of the wood. So that would just be back and forth in that motion, and do not push on your sander. Let the sander do the work. You just guide it along. Using a pad sander is as easy as that. So I hope you will grab one of these and try it on your next project. To see a project we used the pad sander on to refinish the top of a dresser, check out this video here. You can also check out this playlist for all of the power tool basics that we have for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you next time.